Hey guys, so it is Saturday or whatever day you're watching this. Right now it's currently Saturday, it's the weekend. In this episode, I thought I would take you guys around Miami with me and just kind of hang out with me. I want to show you guys a little bit about my personal life, a hobby that I've had of mine. I also want to share with you a few updates. We have a surprise update, and then we also have a few updates as far as Miami Swim Week, so stay tuned. And somebody just sneezed. Bless you. Okay. I want to share a few updates with you guys of what's happened in the Meg and Mae Miami world over the past week. One very exciting one is we found out that we're definitely closing the show at Art Heart's fashion show. And I like to see it as they saved the best for last. It's definitely an honor that we are closing the show again this year. And this is our third year now being in Miami Swim Week. And I just can't wait for it. We have 2 different collections that we're launching, and they feel both very different. And so half the girls are wearing one collection, half are wearing the other, and I can't wait for you guys to see. And an update on the model search. By the time you're seeing this, we probably will be down to the top 10, but as we stand right now, we have about 40 pages of models, 40 pages of girls, and that's 15 girls per page. So times that together, that is about 600 applicants for the Meg and Mae Miami model search for Miami Swim Week. So we have a lot of models to go through, but I think by the time you're seeing this, we'll probably be at the top 10. My goal was to hit at least 500 applicants, so we've surpassed the goal that we've set. I want to thank everybody that has applied. It's been hard already. I mean, just seeing all these great girls. So anyway, it's going to be a great show this year. So now that we're down to the top 10 models, instead of having them all fly to Miami and having them do an audition in person, I didn't want to waste anyone's time as far as them buying a ticket, flying down here, and if they didn't get picked, I didn't want them to be upset. So I figured the best way to do this, at least this first year, because this is my first time doing this, I'm gonna do an online Zoom interview with all 10 of the top models. Based on the interview, how they come across, their personality, I will already have seen their walk, but based on that Zoom interview, that is how my team and I are gonna pick the top 2 models. And finally, one of the final updates this past week that's been going on in the world of Meg and Mae Miami is we just found out we are definitely in New York Swim Week this year. This is my first time and Meg and Mae Miami's first time being in New York Swim Week. I'm sure you guys are already wondering if there's gonna be a model search for that. If there is, there's gonna be a link right down below, so check it out. And I may be doing a model search for New York Swim Week as well, but we just found out that we're gonna be in the show, so I haven't planned all of that through yet. I just wanted to let you guys know. So a little bit about my personality, at least that I found over the years, is that I realized I really like to learn and I really like to grow. Now, that may sound really basic, like, oh, she likes to learn, okay, so what? I found that it's really a fundamental part of who I am, that I feel that if I'm not learning something new, if I'm not growing in, say it's a conversation, or if it's just something that I'm doing every day, I feel like I'm not satisfied. What I've done is, over the past 6 months, is I decided that I was going to find a hobby and stick to it. What I found is piano. And so I started piano back, I believe it was December 27th of 2022, so it's last year. And I've been practicing for 6 months now. I've really come to like it. It's been challenging, it's been fun. It's just something that I almost see it as a game. I've really been enjoying that, and I also want to make a point that if you want to learn a new skill, it's also extremely helpful to get a coach, to get somebody who's kind of like been there, done that. I have to just say that I have a really good teacher, and she is more than a professional. She is extremely good at what she does. As far as piano goes, I don't want to come here and say like, oh, look at me, I'm so gifted. I just want to share this with you and maybe inspire you to find a hobby or find something that you enjoy. This is just something that I'm doing right now, and I want to share it with you guys. So how I got into piano, or at least deciding that I was going to do piano, is my dad can basically play any instrument that you can name. My dad just has an incredible ear for music, and he always has. It's like he can pick up a flute just out of any day. Oh, here's a flute, and boop, 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 boop. It's just, he's so funny in that way. growing up, he always tried to get my sister and I to play an instrument. He didn't care what it was, he just wanted us to play something. When I was about 7 years old, my dad put my sister and I in piano, and I would say we only took about 5 lessons. And then my sister reminded me of this, that she said, Megan, I wanted to quit, and so I quit, and then you quit. Fast forward a little bit, my dad then, like I think in 7th grade, would come in my room and he would start playing guitar behind me. And all I'm trying to do is sit there on the computer and play Sims. I'm like, not now, Dad. Yeah, I'll try that later. I just feel like my dad was always encouraging and trying to get me to play or want to play music, and I didn't want to. So fast forward to now I can't stop playing. This is like what I see as my healthy outlet. This is what I see as a way to disconnect and de-stress. Also, I've come to realize that music is such a great outlet in that you can pick kind of like the emotion that you're feeling that day and pick a song that matches that and learn to play it. So I've picked really fun songs, sometimes really like, it seems like sad songs, really emotional songs, but they've been so like helpful, and like it's just a healthy outlet. So here's the song I'm playing now. The mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. Beautiful. So we're here at Smith & Wollensky. We're in South Beach, or I guess it's South Point Park is what you'd call it. I heard the name of this restaurant was based on, did I ask you something? Actually, I was just about to say this. Maybe you'll know the answer. The owner, it's not actually the owner's name. The owner flipped through a phone book, and he just like flipped and said boom and looked down, and the first name he picked was Smith. He's like, okay, great. Flipped through it again and then put his finger down, and boom, it was Wollensky. So the name of this restaurant is called Smith & Wollensky. All right, so can I dig in now? A lot of people don't know this, but bread's actually my favorite food. So this bread here at Smith & Wollensky is like, I don't know, it's like this like buttermilk flavor, and it has like this like crusted salt on it. It is so good, and then with the butter, I can just eat this like as my meal. So I love coming to Smith & Wollensky, not only because the food is so good, but I love bringing my mom and my grandma here when they come in town, just because it has such a beautiful sunset here. And then also, this is Fisher Island behind me, and I just was told this, that it's actually the most expensive, or one of the most expensive zip codes in the United States, and the only way that you can get there is by ferry. So that's pretty cool too. And this is Miami for you. We just got here, and it was beautiful and sunny and gorgeous. Now there's like all these clouds are coming over, like the wind is blowing. So weather is very unpredictable here, but the important thing is that we're here, and you know, we're enjoying it and we're making the most out of it. Okay, I guess that is it. So I normally get the wedge salad, and I think it's called the twin fillet. All right. So now we just got our shellfish tower. Say that 3 times. Oh yeah, go ahead. So we decided just to take the gamble and stay here. We're asked by the waiter if we should move because it's clearly lightning behind me and thundering, and it's about to rain. But we're just gonna take the gamble and just gonna wait it out, see what happens. So we just got our shellfish seafood tower, and there's a ton of stuff on here. There's oysters, which I normally don't eat. Actually, it reminds me, I had the craziest, strange first experience with oysters. Oh, and there's beautiful boats behind me. Okay, all right. So there's screaming babies, there's a ship behind me, lightning, but I'm gonna tell you my story about oysters. So my very first experience that I had with oysters, and the reason why I don't really like them, it was actually in New Orleans. They told me to take, and I've never eaten it before, so they told me to take the oyster, put a little like horseradish on it, and they told me to like slurp it back, which I did, and a whole bar was like looking at me. What happened was a chunk of the oyster shell like got caught in my mouth, and I was like, and they're like, swallow it. That sounds horrible. But they said that, and I wouldn't do it. So I ended up spitting it out in front of the whole bar. And so it was just a really bad first experience, but you know, that's that. I haven't had this in like 5 years then, I guess, because I haven't had it since, because that was a traumatizing experience. If this flings at the camera, it's not gonna be good. Okay, I'll do this. So I'm gonna eat my hair as an appetizer. And after the hair, I'm gonna give a try to this crab meat because it looks delicious. So good. We have a little lobster tail going on here. Delicious jumbo shrimp with some famous cocktail sauce. That's like their main sauce that they have here, and he said it goes with everything. This is a beautiful spot no matter what time of year it is. After dinner, we were looking for our sound bath that we normally like to go to on the weekends, but I think it got rained out, so that's just typical sunny South Florida for you. You're not really sure what you're gonna get. So at least we made the best of it, had a great time at dinner, and now probably gonna go home, but normally I would go and meditate or just join the sound bath. But anyway, welcome to sunny South Florida. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps my channel, and make sure you comment down below your favorite part.